Here we are, Core Connects Rhode Island, another wonderful program, hopefully. I'm sure it will be. Just as I have to do a little bit of a little housekeeping. As you all know, we have coming up, maybe you don't know, book group. We're reading the book, The Gift by Dr. Eva Eger. And we'll have a conversation about that. And then on December the 6th, so everybody should please, yes, Joni.
I just wanted to say that I ordered the book as soon as you mentioned it on Amazon, but it was delayed in, when it could come. So I don't know if other people have had that situation, but it's not coming. Oh, okay. So Lori did too. Just for your knowledge.
Well, hopefully you'll get it by October the 14th. I think that's the date of our book group. And then December the 6th, please save the date. We're going to be, Core Connects Rhode Island is going to be in live conversation with Dr. Eger, who lives in California. And that's 2 o'clock on December the 6th, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we can catch people in England and Israel and the West Coast and try to have a nice big gathering of people in conversation, us in conversation. Not sure who will be, whether it'll be me or somebody else, in conversation live with Dr. Eger. So that's really exciting coming up.
Sorry, it was her book that was delayed.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It was her book that took more time. I'm sorry.
It's okay. All right. All right. So here we are. We're going to do vision board. And actually it's always been a dream of mine to do a vision board. And I've never done one. And I was mentioning it to Nancy and she said, well, I have a friend who can help us with that. So contacted Judi right away. And right away we're like, let's just do it, and whoever can come, and we'll just do it, and it's going to be great. So I'm going to introduce you to Judi. She is our facilitator, and I'm very excited for that. Judi lives in Northampton, Mass. She's an educator for many years. She is the engagement officer for the PJ Library, which supports the PJ Library professionals in over 200 communities to build social connections among families raising Jewish children and connect families to Jewish life and learning opportunities in their communities. It sounds like a massive job. And I'm sure that some of the skills that she uses there, she'll bring to our evening here, making a vision board. Sounds like Judi's been doing vision boards for, I think, maybe 30 years. Is that true? I don't know.
Over 30 years.
Over 30 years. And some of those vision boards that she's done have inspired things in her life, including a cross-country bike trip and a New Hampshire farmhouse. I'm not quite sure what the story is behind that, but maybe you'll elucidate us on that. She is coming to us with a wealth of Jewish education experience, and I'll just hand it over to you, Judi. I'm so happy and so thankful that you were so so willing to do this at such a short notice. And we pulled it off, and here we are. And I'm going to hand you over to Judi Wisch.
Awesome. It's not being recorded. I just want you to know that. Oh, yes, it is. Sorry, I saw a dot over here. Okay, fabulous. First of all, Nancy Katz, thank you. Alyssa, thank you. I wouldn't have this opportunity. This is enriching my own high holiday experience. You know, it's a crazy year, and creative ways to be engaged are welcome. And I really, really thank you for giving me this opportunity to share what I find treasure map. I call them treasure maps. You call them vision boards. Treasure map, vision boards. I'll use that interchangeably. But I've been nurturing the powerful tool over the years, and it really helps me focus on bringing out my best self. So I hope that also happens for you, that this experience tonight will help you bring out your best self. You've already said names, and many of you already know each other, so I'm going to skip that little part, but I'm going to do a little Zoom game that I learned because we've been getting trained in things to make the Zoom more interactive. So I'm going to ask you a question, and if your answer is yes, you put your hands above your head. If no, under your chin. Okay, If this is your first time doing a vision board, hands over your head. If not, so for most people, it's the first time. Okay, then my next question was, first time doing a vision board around Rosh Hashanah. Well, that is going to, hi, and Margaret is with us or not, I can't tell. And then next thing is, if you are open to bringing change into your life, up, and if not, down. You got it. Okay, good job. So we could see where we are all at. Okay. So I hope that most of you were able to take some time tonight to review basically where you've grown towards your best self over these past year. In preparation, it's always good to have a balanced view before we look at the change we want to make. So this evening, we're going to focus on a small change. Okay, maybe not so small for some of you, that's your choice, but the directive is to focus in on a small change we want to see in our lives, something that's on our growing edge, little bud where new life, renewed energy can appear on that growing edge of ourselves. And this vision board, I have found, gives our inner wisdom, our own inner wisdom, a chance to make a visual representation of the change we want to see. And it helps to keep us focused on that, on the change that's desired in our everyday. I already saw that happen this week with the board that I made. So it sounds like, did anyone not have time to do a little bit of prep? Not have time. Okay, so I just want to make sure that you see this. Hold on. Okay, so these were the questions, and you know, while as we start, if you didn't before, just think a moment around these questions, where you've noticed movement and growth over the past year, and for tonight, where do you want to make a small change, a practice, a habit, a self-image, a relationship, an attitude? And I say that because I have found that there are some elements that make a vision board more powerful. And I want to share 3 of them. And I can share this too. Share screen. Here we go. Okay. So I'm just gonna try to get rid of this, bring all you back so I can see everyone. Identifying one area of growth can be really helpful. Like if you just say, I'm gonna make a vision board, anything I see in the magazines, and what I feel I want to bring here, and I like this and I like that. That's a wonderful experience. But what we're trying to do is put power into this vision board, and focus can help. So you're free to do whatever you like, but I have felt that narrowing down helps to empower the vision board. So that's the first thing. The other thing that I learned years ago, and I really I have included in boards that I've done, is to create a sentence that expresses the change you want as if it's already happened. And I'll give you an example. So I'm going to share a tiny bit of the board I did. Do not, and put yourself on the vision board. Okay, so now I'm going to take this away. So, okay, you know, when I did this with my family the other day, I said, I don't want to show you because I don't want to tell you, you know, I don't want to make you go in one way. I'm just going to try to show you tiny little parts. Don't do what I do. This is me. But I picked like identified one thing. I wanted to be more active and not a bystander. So that was my focus. So then I thought, I don't want to be a bystander. What is it? What sentence could I put down that would reflect me not being a bystander in the world? And so I came up with this line, which says, my actions are making a difference. It's not that I want my actions, but they're all my actions when I stand up are already making a difference. So I found that that's an important piece. And the other piece that I have found is to put a photo, or if you're a drawer, of yourself in the vision board so that the manifesting powers of the world can connect you with your desire. So I stuck a photo of me in here. So that's the power parts of the vision board. What we're going to do with our time is that when I'm done this explanation, a couple more sentences, basically we'll take, I'd say 35 minutes to work on your board, and then we'll come back together and share. And we'll be here to answer some questions. Any questions so far? Can I give some examples?
I have a question, and it's more, this seems like such a hard time and a hard year to even have any kind of vision as to what the 12 months ahead will bring, given the experience of the last 12 months. Like I could never have imagined, never had set a forward thinking, you know, last Rosh Hashanah that would have prepared me, or so yeah. I'm a little stuck. Like I don't want to have a vision because.
So this is, does it help, Sue, if I say what we're looking for is one small change you want to make in yourself? It's not about the world.
Yeah.
It's something, I want to be more open to this or that. My mom, my 88-year-old mom the other night, she said, you know, I thought my life is over, but you know what? She put some watches on her vision boards, like, I still have time. I still have another chapter, you know? And she said, so I want to make this time count. And that was the little change she wanted to make. My sister, she was doing it, and she said, I want to keep my feet in the fire. You know, I don't want to run away from hard feelings. So that's.
Yeah, okay, that does help. It's more like the internal changes, and maybe even given where we are in life right now, you know, maybe or maybe not has anything to do with current events, so to speak, or, you know, outside, but.
Well, yeah, it could be, you know, related somehow, but it's personal, it's you. Mm. Is there someone here who has a thought that they'd like to share of what they might focus on? Maxine?
I do. Okay. I would like to see everyone be vaccinated against the flu. That is one of my passions. And another passion is that when I first when I was a student, I worked on the first polio vaccination drive in Rhode Island. And so I'm very passionate about Polio Plus.
So what's the change you want to see in yourself to make you a stronger advocate for those vaccines? So this is, again, this is not what we want to see in the world. It's looking at yourself and saying, if I want to make a difference, do I have to like work on my apathy? Is it about I want to be more connected, I want to be more fearless, or something that will make you more successful in making that change? Margaret?
Yeah, I was thinking about not caring what people think of me. And it came up, I was aware of wanting my students to like me. I teach medical students. And the tension of that, I actually said something that wasn't helpful during the class, and people got a little ruffled. I made a lot of apologies. I feel so much better now, almost better that that happened, because I showed them that I was sincere. But I felt like spending energy on caring how they feel about me just makes me tense. And when I let that go, I felt so much more relaxed and able to focus on what I'm doing and the other person. Right. And so focusing on the other person and not worrying about myself is
right. And you've just said something that is the line that you could say as if it's already happened, which is, I am relaxed and focused in the right direction. You just said the line. Yeah. Let's just see, is there anyone else?
Okay.
Okay, go Maxine, make a comment, and then we'll move on. Yeah.
Okay. Again, I'm also as a pharmacist, I'm also very passionate against the use of marijuana. So I went somewhere, and someone that was a dear friend, I don't think that person is anymore, but I still try. I went on my my stand, and I said, oh, marijuana is a terrible thing, and oh, this is awful. And the person said, I really need to have it because I have a disease, and it helps me. And okay. I mean, and I just didn't know when to let up. And
okay, Maxine, thank you for the story.
Okay.
Thank you for the story. But and I will be happy to, if anyone, we're going to move on, but if anybody would like some help and say, I don't exactly know where to go, we can go off into a breakout room for a minute. But let's move everyone along this path. Thank you. So, okay. Ready? So here's the process. Hold that in your mind. Hold what you've identified as that change you want to make in yourself, that something you want to strengthen in yourself. As you hold that, as I held stand up, don't be a bystander. When I did my homework, I went through the magazines and I pulled out little pieces of paper, which hopefully some of you have done that. Hooray. Now, during this time, the next thing is, from what you've collected, what speaks to you right now? And pull those pieces towards you. Like, what wants to be on your board from the things that you've collected? When you hold the change you want to make, what comes forward. Trust whatever you're drawn to, because this exercise tries to get beyond our intellect, and we're trying to connect with the intuition. So trust whatever you're drawn to, whatever wants to come on your board, bring it over. And once you've made your selections, start arranging them on the board. And again, let your intuition lead. Just let it be there. Remember to leave a spot for a photo of you and for your line of as if it's already happened. But that's it. And then we go ahead and glue.
Okay.
If there are no questions, we get to go ahead and do this. Let's take 7:30, it's 8.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Would it be best for us to write our line out first and use that kind of like as a
If you have it, great. For some people, it comes at the beginning. Some people might have to, it comes as they go along the line. And, you know, I'm here, or we're each here to help each other craft that if needed. Maybe, okay. Are you, okay? Any other questions?
I'm just looking for more pictures, and I'm collecting words and pictures. Yeah.
Okay.
You have some music or something?
So
where's your music?
I did plan to do music, and I'm going to turn it on, and you tell me if it sounds okay.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
This is happens to be my brother.
I played him last time. He was one of the pieces.
I'm just trying to, I'll get it in a sec. How come I can't hear it? I see why. Okay, hold on.
That sounds good to me.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, I like it.
Who brought the wine?
So if anybody wants some help, just raise your hand or put something in the chat, but otherwise, go forth and create. No need to stop. I'm just checking in. See how you're doing. Give me a thumbs up. We're all good. Okay, we got 10 or 15 more minutes.
Should we start gluing?
Yeah, if you're ready to do that, that's great. Absolutely. Turn the music back up. What do you think? Another 5 minutes? Will that work for folks? Good. And so 5 minutes and we'll come back So when you come to a good point to take a break or a breath, you can turn back to the circle, which really is a Zoom screen, and join us back in. Welcome back from taking some time to be with yourself and your inner being. You don't need to finish those time later. I finished mine afterwards. It's all good. Wherever you are is absolutely perfect. And whatever you did is absolutely perfect. Kudos, kudos, kudos. But it might be nice, you know, if we were in the same room, we'd be working at tables together. We'd be looking at what people are doing. It would be a little bit more sort of seeing and sensing, but we will use our last minutes for that. And so I'm going to invite each of us to share something, and here's the options. So you can share how the experience was for you, what you got out of it. You can share your vision board. You can share what you identified as the small change you want to make, and the line of, you know, as if it's already happened. Whichever part of that you would like, you are invited to put that into our circle, that's not a circle. Is there anyone who would like to start us out? And given the time we're talking about, you know, no more than 2 minutes apiece.
Okay, I'm happy to start. I'll
Great.
break the ice. All right, so here's my vision board. I don't know if you can see it, but
Yeah.
But I just saw this wonderful flower arrangement, and I stuck that in the middle because that seems so alive and beautiful. And I think that the part that I like to